Hello and welcome to the best mods for Xbox PC, where we will be looking at some of the best mods to check out each and every single day, or at least that's the aim. There'll be something here for everyone, definitely worth checking out. Use the chapters where you need them. If you do get anything out of this, consider liking, subscribing. It goes a really long way. Appreciate your time. Let's get into it. We got a super interesting mod by Radical Clown Friend, and this one's called the Freestar X-Wing Experimental. Now this is nuts because it changes all the Freestar combat ships with X-Wings. So now you can actually engage in combat with X-Wings within Starfield. This is a really fascinating mod because what it's going to mean in the future, meaning we could potentially have many different Star Wars ships hunting around. We could be trying to catch and fire at them in all the various other Empire ships. Now, what's really crazy is that the X-Wings are so fast in this game, so it really does add a whole new element to trying to fly and capture them and get them because they are so fast, and it adds a really fun, different sort of element to it. So good luck trying to catch them, but it really does mean that you can be in some crazy fast ships and you are going to get tracked down very easily because they are just going to hone in on you. But it does make for some crazy cool fun. And just to give you an idea of what I mean about how fast these things are, let's just try track them. Look at them go. Now this is going to really make some interesting aspects to base combat when we're dealing with such crazy fast ship, and it could be a lot of fun but take a little bit of getting used to. Now do keep in mind this is very much an experimental mod, so you just keep that in mind. So you will probably have a lot of trouble trying to get these guys and kill them. Depending on your ship or what mods you have, this could be very, very interesting for space flight. Now, I have a very bad angle of my ship, so you may want to also change your camera view. Now do keep in mind, you will need the T-65B X-Wing Starfighter by ElectionEye in order to get this mod to work. Make sure you have this mod, then you're good to download the Freestar X-Wing Experimental, and you would just pop the Freestar X-Wing Experimental under the T-65B in your load order. But it's certainly cool and opens the door for what is going to be possible down the track, where we see some truly unique Star Wars combat in space in Starfield. Fantastic mod. Let's keep moving. Just before we go, I'm going to try see if I can actually take one of these guys out just for the fun of it. Now, I do have gold mode on, so I'm completely cheating, but I just want to test this out to see what it is like with this kind of crazy mode. Now, the thing is, you can't even lock onto them because they're just so fast. Okay, there's one. But what I recommend is the mod that allows you to lock on for a lot further away. This would probably make it much more applicable. We've been able to land some shots. Oh, we've actually disabled his engine. Aha, nice. Okay, because this has got such strong firepower, it actually completely disabled one of them. Except for he is still getting away. But there you go. With a bit of finesse, you probably can track them down and actually lock onto them, and that's when you can get a good shot. Pretty interesting, and I look forward to seeing where this goes because this is just kind of unreal, especially for a game that has nothing to do with Star Wars. It's looking more and more better than certain Star Wars games that have just recently passed. Anyway, let's keep going. A really cool mod. It definitely will just need some extra long distance locking, and this is going to be unreal. There we go. We got it. We're going to get him. We can even dock with him. I want to see what happens when we dock. We can dock. Okay, let's go board. Let's see what happens when we board the tiny X-Wing. What's going on? Okay, interesting. So we've boarded it, and now we can sit straight into the X-Wing. Well, there you go. It works. And we can add it. We can add it to a ship, and we can even undock. There you go. So you can actually hijack these, so that's pretty interesting, but this ship is ready to blow up anyway. But there you go, really cool mod, really interesting to see. Let's keep moving. This next mod is for those that want to breathe fresh life into Mars. This is a mod called Terraformed Mars by Blue Red, and it adds a bunch of new features, including 4 new points of interest, new scannable flora and harvestable illegal chemicals, new environmental atmosphere, environmental conditions, planetary traits, and a much more thematic theme. It even includes new weather system allowing rain to happen on Mars. So this is perfect if you really want to reinvent your experience with Mars by traveling around all the different points. You'll see new water features. They'll have scannable flora, which you'll be able to harvest to make some kind of concoction to enhance you somehow. I haven't figured that part out. Let me know in the comments if you have. Another really cool point of interest is visiting these lava pits or lava areas that have been added thanks to this mod. They look fantastic. Very rare to get these kind of lava pools within Starfield. Let me know what planets you've seen that have this, as I have not found really many at all. Now the really neat thing is this lava will cook you really quickly, so watch out for that. You definitely don't want to get too close. Mixed in with this battered rugged terrain, you'll find these little oases of alien looking crazy trees that look rather beautiful. Some really nice and interesting mixtures of points of interest in this mod, as well as lots of little bits and pieces. Really cool way to reinvent Mars, and you'll find a lot more things included in this mod, and there's future plans. So there's going to be some new points of interest, random encounters at the point of interest, handcrafted locations with lore content. So as Mars slowly comes to life, you'll be able to watch this mod grow and keep an eye on it, because there's going to be plenty more updates to come. Fantastic little addition to really bring some new life into Mars. Unintended. Awesome mod. Let's keep moving. This next simple mod is called Underwater Diving by Ghost Rider 231, and it just simply allows us to dive into the water. Now, although you can dive underwater, the water system and diving in Starfield is pretty horrendous. This is what it's going to look like. Now, the other addition to this mod is that it's going to allow you to peacefully harvest all the underwater fish and fauna, but it's a nice little touch. It's just unfortunate that we don't have proper underwater system yet in Starfield. Maybe down the track this will be something that we'll see, but for now this is what we're dealing with. Is a rather terrible experience. This could be particularly helpful for someone trying to scan all the wildlife underwater, making it a little bit easier, and also being able to harvest their goods without killing them. Interesting little mod. Let's keep moving. This next mod is called More Photo Mode Filters. So in photo mode, if we head over to the filters, you'll notice that you'll have a ton of new filters to play around with. Now, unfortunately, it's a little bit hard for me to show you because I have the LUTs turned off. So this may not be the best choice for everyone, because a lot of us do have the vanilla LUTs turned off. However, if you don't, this could be an awesome option to really mix up some of the atmosphere and filters, the pictures that you can take in Starfield. Unfortunately, I can't really show you, but this will just give you at least a point of reference if you would want to, if you're interested in this kind of change. There are 18 different filters, and a lot of them are based around different areas and planets, whether it be Mercury, the Astro Lounge, and many other areas. So it's a cool mod. I'm interested to see more of these. It's just unfortunate the vanilla LUTs are so terrible, but potentially this could be the perfect mod for you. Here we have the Arboron Starlight Laser Pistol. This one is done by Outrora, and this is a beautiful looking weapon with quite a good amount of customization. Being able to apply upgrades like your laser sights can be changed. Your optics, you can have a glow, holographic, or reflex. Have your focal lens and your focal nozzle. Your magazine and battery, we got graphene, electromagnetic beam, and annihilator rounds. Pretty standard internals with overclock and amplify. Receiver is interesting because you can actually get a little bit of a different color, from a bit more of a black finish to a very distinct silver, and you can also get a very fast receiver black. Then if you have certain mods, you can change the quality for ultra, giving it a ton of damage. So this is a laser pistol, and with the current upgrades, well, it goes through its rounds quickly. So this is with the super fast trigger, and whoa, it goes like nothing else. And with this configuration, it is one incredible potent weapon. It is pretty much a point and delete weapon, firing so fast and dealing such a good amount of damage. Certainly like that aspect to it, and it certainly adds a lot more freshness to your laser weapons, as we don't have too many laser pistols, and this is very refreshing. Looks fantastic, lots of upgrades, has plenty of power. You can easily make this overpowered or underpowered depending on what your preference is, but right now in its current configuration with unlimited ammo, it is just brutal. However, I really like the look of it. It's even got the round count on the weapon. The fact that you can customize it, it looks fantastic. It's free. It's a very solid mod, something worth trying for sure. It is a fantastic weapon mod. Everything is nicely aligned, and to give you a reload and testing the reload, it's your very standard pistol reload, looking really nice. It's a fantastic looking weapon, very potent, nice little addition. Let's keep moving. We have a mod called Earth Restored by Ainsley Mods, and this is a fantastic addition to really recreate Earth in a much more vibrant and present day look and feel, adding water, trees, vegetation, fauna, as well as points of interest for you to explore. What's interesting about this mod is when you go to some of the key locations on Earth that have the old remnants of the discarded, destroyed place that we left behind, and it still looks incredible. I really like the contrast now with the destruction and all the life growing on this planet. Much more vibrant, much more fun and engaging. Not to mention there'll be plenty of stuff for you to explore. You'll be able to harvest many different plants. You'll find plenty of things to scan. You'll be able to even do some mining on this planet. There's a variety of different materials materials and minerals, and you'll also come across plenty of Terramorphs, which is a really nice touch. Now the Terramorph are pretty low level from my experience, so you may come across ones that are quite high level, but if you've got the right weapon, you are going to be fine. But you may come across some higher level ones, let me know. But at the moment, they're pretty low level, but there's plenty of them. So this could be a cool place, especially if you're lower level, to get some interesting materials and claim some Terramorph lives. Outside that, you'll find plenty of other little creatures and plenty of things to scan and enjoy. It's a really fantastic mod, really brings a lot of life to Earth. Let's keep moving. One of the most unrealistic aspects of Starfield is how you can fire and not cause any reaction from anyone. Not even the security will G you up if you're firing live rounds. The only time they seem to react is when you actually drop some bodies in the crowd. This is one area that has a lot of room to improvement, and hopefully over the years we'll see this really transform into something more realistic. But we do have our first entry into this realm of trying to improve the crowds and their reactions in Starfield. It goes from what we just witnessed, crowds not moving at all, to this, to something like this, a little bit more realistic. If we start firing, all the NPCs are going to react. Now, you won't get engaged with combat, but they're all going to run into the exits like lemmings. But it is nice to see some kind of reaction, at least from now. Still very early days. Now this first crack at getting some kind of crowd reaction is called Crowd Gun Fear by Ghost Rider 231. And it's nice to see a little bit of a reaction, very basic, but it's still nice to see. Now there are a few things to note. There will be certain areas that will not be impacted by this at all, so just keep that in mind. Areas like the Astro Lounge, they're too busy grooving out. So there's going to be certain areas it's not going to make any difference, which can be actually kind of handy. Now note, the security aren't going to do anything to you either. If you're just firing around and scaring the crowd, they're not going to arrest you, or you're not going to get a wanted level or anything like that. But man, oh man, would it be cool to have a wanted system in Starfield. So it is very primal, very basic, but at least we have some idea now. Now the thing that sets the AI off is actually to do with how close we are, not where the bullets land. So just keep that in mind. We do have to be in some kind of proximity to the crowd for them to actually react. Doesn't matter where our bullets land. It's not setting them off. Purely dependent on our location and our proximity to the crowd. Interesting little mod, something to keep our eye on and see where this will all go. But definitely one of the areas we need huge improvement on within Starfield. So it's nice to see a bit of a crack at it. Awesome work. Let's keep moving. We now have a cool place to hang out in New Atlantis, located just under the spaceport. Ignoring the giant robots, we're going to head in, but first we have to gain entry by interfacing with this machine, which is proving somewhat difficult. So do note, I am having a little bit of trouble getting in. Now this mod is currently marked as work in progress on creations, so you will get access to it soon. However, it is available on Nexus, and holy moly, this place is glorious. Someone has spent a crazy amount of time putting this together for us, or at least it looks like a new area to me. Now this is done by Probe Tech, and this is called the Dome in New Atlantis, which offers a huge hangout area, place to dance, a place to chill. Now you will need to get that access key to enter, which you just purchased at that terminal that we were trying to muck around with before. However, zooming out and looking at the whole thing as one piece is rather incredible. It's got fantastic lighting, really nicely done there. Now, what's very interesting is that we have this little area down here. So let's go check this out. Before we do that, just heading to the terminal at the entry point, you'll have a nice little welcome message from Probe Tech, and there will be future updates. And I look forward to being able to have this place completely filled with NPCs, but it's got a nice little, we can actually remove our bounties. We can also decorate this place as we like. And he's saying, if you've got some suggestions, let him know. Also note, you will find another Probe Tech key in here, which you may need to use to get into some of the other areas. Now, heading down into the restricted area does require a key, and I suspect that key is located somewhere around here as well. So it'll be worth wandering around and investigating. But heading down, we've got this sort of secret kitchen area as well as some extra goodies down here. There is so much nice little detail that brings this all together collectively that really makes it stand out as a fantastic and unique spin on a dance area in Starfield. So really interesting to see this. Fantastic mod. Let's keep moving. Thank you very much for watching. If you get anything out of this, consider liking, subscribing, commenting. Let me know what you think about some of these mods. You can let me know what mods you'd like me to cover, or if there's anything on your mind, just drop it in the comment. Thanks again, and peace.